What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with an Orzhov tokens deck. I think we could call it that. Something between a tribal deck, which, as you know, is one of my favorite things in Magic, and a tokens deck, which I also thoroughly enjoy and has received a couple of really sweet new tools. So, yeah, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Vampire Virtue? I was going to call it, Anyway, I was trying to make some play on words with the double V's and whatnot, but I settled on the more obvious, naming strategy, and I think you can tell from the Virtue over here where we are going with this. So, it is a very old shell, and one that I have loved for a very long time, and I like to do this kind of thing, especially now that we have this opportunity, considering the new rotation system, cards like Edgar, the Charm Groom, was supposed to have rotated. He's still around. One of my favorite cards from Crimson Vow. And I think criminally underplayed, and mostly just to do with the fact that there's new stuff and people like to play more with new stuff. But there's still plenty of old stuff that was good in its day that's still good. And if we can just put in a couple of cool new cards from Wilds of Eldraine and update it for current standard, suddenly not too shabby. And for those of you who weren't playing on Arena back in those days, or who just have forgotten what Edgar does, it is a freaking amazing card for an Orzhov token strategy, because first of all, it's very difficult to deal with. You need exile removal, but and it's an Anthem effect. So +1/+1 to all your vampires, which is relevant. And then if he dies, he immediately returns to the battlefield transformed as the coffin here. And then every beginning of your upkeep, you make a little 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink, and you put a bloodline counter on Edgar Markov. Then once they're 3, he comes back onto the battlefield. And the reason why I've gone with the full playset, some people might think that's crazy. Usually you see a 2 of or a 3 of. Full playset. So it's the main card in the deck. You can have these on a loop, on a rotation, where you play one, and then the next turn you play another one. Legend rule, one of them dies. As soon as that one dies, it becomes the coffin. And then once it makes the 3 little vampires, it transforms back into the Edgar. Legend rule again. And you can they just keep rotating. So you've always got one on the board and one as an artifact. On the battlefield and one as an artifact. And then it's amazing. I love it. For so many reasons. Reason number 1, we're playing a token strategy, right? We're going to try and use the loyalty, the virtues here to their maximum. Mostly the white one, which I've been trying my best to break, and I'm sitting on 8 and 2 with this list at the moment, so doing pretty well on the ladder, all mythic matches. But you can imagine these little 1/1s just getting bigger and bigger and bigger with the Virtue of Loyalty. Every beginning of your end step, an extra +1/+1, an extra +1/+1. It's been so damn nice, especially considering that our Planeswalker over here in the form of Sorin also makes creature tokens. The Virtue's Adventure side makes creature tokens, and it just spirals out of control. We've also got a sneaky one of Mirex. I've made quite a few Mirex tokens, but really it's in here to trigger the Tocasia's Welcome during the opponent's turn, which is one of my favorite things to do with Tocasia's Welcome. I could have, I guess, gone with more. The initial versions of the deck had just 4 welcoming vampires. We may go back to just 1 Tocasia's. Let's play it like this, because it is nice to get the +1/+1. It's just that the welcoming vampire is definitely a lot easier to deal with than Tocasia's Welcome. Just one go for the throat, bye-bye, whereas the Welcome they need specifically in charm and removal. So I ended up doing the 2 and 2 split. Let's play a few matches with both. It's a very minor difference, but just thought I'd mention it. So that's our card draws. whenever, you know, the best thing is having both of these on the battlefield, one of each. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, the coffin makes a little 1/1 double triggers plus your draw step. You get 3 cards instead of 1 at the beginning of your turn. So damn nice. When you add to that the fact that we can also draw the occasional card with the Markov Purifier, if we've gained life that turn, we can pay 2 at the beginning of your end step and draw an additional card. So actually quite a bit of card draw cooked into the deck. And we're trying to play it like a very much more controlling, which was also part of the reason why I cut the, you know, I don't want too many actual creatures on the battlefield, because we're definitely trying to sweep things with Path of Peril and play a very, you know, look at the amount of removal we have. Legions to Ashes, Go for the Throat, Sheoldred's Edict, March of Otherworldly Light. The Virtue, the Black Virtue, -3/-3. It's really mostly the type of deck which I love to build, where you can sweep your creatures and have a minimal like drawback from doing so, and the opponent loses all of their stuff, and then you can much faster than them get, you know, a board presence going. So specifically in the case of Edgar here, I love having Edgar on the board. Opponent has a bunch of creatures gone wide, whatever, you just Path of Peril, sweep everybody up. Edgar turns into the coffin and will eventually come back, whereas all of the opponent's creatures will not. So, yeah, it's like a kind of tokens, mid-rangey control deck with 6 new cards in the forms of the Virtues and a couple of new Restless Fortresses in the mana base. Like, not only does he keep coming back by himself, if he ever does actually, like, proper die go into the graveyard, boop, Virtue of Persistence here is going to continue to bring him back. And of course, you can snag stuff from the opponent's graveyard with the Virtue of Persistence as well. I think that's enough talking. There's nothing much else that I need to add. The strategy seems pretty clear to me. So I think it's time that we jump into some games and see how the deck holds up on this late season Mythic ladder. As I said earlier, so far so good. Like, yowza. Could not believe how good my win rates have been with it. Actually, I was expecting like decent, because this like Orzhov Vampire's shell has been one I've enjoyed for a long time now, and generally had like very good win rates with. But including those 2 Virtues, nice. Would have preferred another black source, honestly. So let's mulligan. Better. March can go. Okay. Foundry on 1. Interesting. Bunnycorn. Why, hello there. So good of you to stop by. Also, bye. Oof. Legions to Ashes right now, guys. This card is so underrated. I was initially playing with, what's it called? Rite of Oblivion. But I settled on Legion to Ashes instead. It's just been so freaking nice. Okay. Boop. Just dealing with everything the opponent throws at us so far. Whilst we wait for better top decks, we still have ways of answering quite a few more things here from the opponent. Okay. Whatever. It's a bit of a waste, I guess, to use Legion of Ashes just on that, but I'd rather hold up Path of Peril for a bigger, like, sweep. Whilst we continue to wait to draw. Hey, okay. Opponent goes for the Mishra's Foundry. That's great news. It's time for the Purifier. As we have no instant speed interaction, we might as well jam out the 2/3 lifelinker. Wow, what are the chances that he's playing a freaking Circle of Confinement and I'm playing Vampires? Like, very, very low. Now, if I play this, He gains 2 life. Couldn't care less. Honestly, that's really just fine with me. Would be hilarious if he has another one, like, hilarious. Like, hardy, har. But again, I wouldn't put it past this, this arena algorithm, because it definitely has some funny tricks for me. More often than not. I really wonder why you would play that now at sorcery speed, but fine. We can go shwink. And we're going to get to draw a card with the Purifier.
I'll be back.
Boop. Pay 2. Okay, that's nice for the Foundry. Of course, he had the backup. Like, doi. Okay, but we can now jam out one of the virtues. Probably just do that, you know? Even though all we really get here is a bunny corn out of the deal. Yeah, I'm okay with doing this now. We're, you know, life total still high. Take a turn off. And then we can get rid of the Sheoldred in a pinch. Oh, we got options, baby. Options. So it's 1 mana to equip this guy. This is still a 2-drop, even though it's a 5/5. Probably go +1 or -2. Let's see. I'd rather... Okay. Would have preferred a -2, honestly. Yeah. Fine. Then we can... Oh, what? Why is the auto tapper just so terrible? Never ever fall for it, guys. I've been doing it too much lately. I should take my own advice. Oh, Legions to Ashes, baby. This way, I get to hold up mana to get rid of the damn freaking Foundry over here, and probably go grab what, another black source. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, what else? At this point, it doesn't really matter. Yes, I had another virtue available to me, but... Aha. Alright. I don't see the reason for this. Yeah. Cool. Virtue number 2. I'll block, mate. Don't you worry. I'm ready. I'm a blocking. Okay, he's trying to do some weird bunny shenanigans here, for sure. But now we get back double bunnies. We can also snag his... oh no, now that... This guy goes under the adversary, which is pretty annoying. So, let's go bunny. Or bunny vendor. Chillin'. We be chillin', man. Yeah, man. This has double strike. So I'm gonna let it through. I don't really care, honestly. Do we need to hold, like, protect this? Nah, no, Nah, it's fine. I'm totally okay with it, actually. He's gaining a bunch of life, which is a little bit annoying, but we can just keep doing this for days. I'm like, where's my Baron? 26 lands in the deck. Might be part of the problem. There's only one creature left. Oh my goodness gracious me. We are flooding like there's no tomorrow. Sure. I'll take that. He can't attack yet. So, chilling like a villain for now. Hoping to top deck another one of my exile removals. I really wish I knew what the hell the opponent was doing here. This is some crazy strategizing going on. Okay, we knew this was coming, so fine. Let's make these bunny corns even bigger. Double scry. Yes, I'll keep a Sorin with the virtues lying about. No worries. It's trying to go for like a big old aerial attack of some kind, I am assuming. This card is so broken. It's so broken. Judge number 2. Okay, so this guy can start attacking next turn. Things are starting to get serious. But we stole his double striker. And now we have ourselves a flying blocker.
Under my neither vampire nor shoot you can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
These things are huge. Yes, baby, there you are. Only took you half the freaking deck to appear, and I have 4 of them. But, mate, that was just an absolute destruction event. I would not have put my Eater there, because now, I mean, he doesn't have the mana to do the other thing, but whatevs. Shoop! Shoink! How broken is this card? Untaps. The fact that it untaps. It's only 5 mana. I think this is the best one. A lot of people are talking about the black one being the best because it was the one that was the most played. You know. Yeah. Bye. Alright, 9 for 2, I think, with the deck, all mythic matches. Climbing back into... I was, like, sinking into the sort of mid-80s at one point, just testing all sorts of nonsense for you guys. But now, I'm creeping back into the 90s. Woo! Oh. Let's try and get a Baron. Edgar himself. Mr. Markov. On the board. Oh, no. Those of you into vaping, I know that I shouldn't probably talk about this, but like I've busted out my old like hand carved like Naruto like nine-tailed fox wooden stabilized wood guy. Oh god, I'm loving it. I know there's a few of you in my followers that are quite into it. Direct Sally, who puts their actual like YouTube, their actual email, I beg your pardon, in as your like control deck might actually be our undoing. This is probably the one thing like where we struggle. Okay, okay, maybe it's just soldiers. This is a soldier. Might just be soldiers. Where's my mana? Okay. No idea what's going on anymore at this point. Just flash. Just Azorius flash. Okay. Makes sense. Very nice. Very nice. I saw who posted this list like a very short time ago. I believe it was Ashlizzle. Wish I had a second black source. Oh no, this is a 3-drop, so no, I don't. So what? We take 6 now, or and get down at Tocasia's, or we hold up the march? I think let's just get down at Tocasia's and risk it for the biscuit. There's a chance we'll just get completely destroyed, honestly, but never say never. Where's the like angel with flash? Yeah, I think we were probably just wrecked at this point. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. There's no way you have another Cyber Cryptomancer. Didn't think so. Fortunately, we have another of these marches. Because, woo! Okay. Can't go for the commando. Because he'll just sack it in response and get rid of Tocasia's. You can sack that too. That was really dumb. That's what you get for not reading the cards. It's when it's a new card that I haven't had across the board from me too often. Absolute humongous glaring misplay. My apologies, guys. It still happens more often than not. But yes. Let us learn from the mistake. Where Fox also has a way to sacrifice itself at instant speed. That was a huge misplay. I mean, we would have lost both ways. Wait, no. If I'd gone for the other one, we wouldn't have lost right away. Because he would have sacked it in response to get rid of the Tocasia's, and then we would have only taken 2 damage. Still, we were not in a good position. A little bit of a bad hand. First defeat in like 5 matches. That feels terrible, but it's bound to happen. On to the next one. Charch 76. Bring it on. People be like, Voldaren Estate, what's going on? What is this madness? Okay. Oh, I really wanted to... Okay, well, Edgar's here. Have no fear, Edgar is here. We need one more land. Please, deck. Don't do this to me now. Oh. Whoop. No death trigger for you, my friend. Bye-bye. I wish I had freaking mana for an Edgar. Wow. 26 lands in this deck, people. For whatever reason, no luck. Streamer's Curse. Look it up. It's a thing. It exists. It is real. Mate, if I don't get a land sometime very soon, I'm going to start to be a little bit frustrated. come on, man. Well, at least we get to draw a card now. It'll probably get rid of the Legions to Ashes. I don't know. Okay. Wow. Wow. Great. Just great. Just lovely. So fun. Opponent's on freaking 6. We're on 3 lands. I bet you he only has 24 in his deck. Guaranteed. If I don't draw one now. Woo! Of course, there's only 2. These are all the, like, the one-of utility lands that I have in my deck. Okay. And I get all of them in my opening hand. Mate, I like... Holy crap, man. Please let me know in the comments. Am I losing my mind? Like, have you people noticed it just being a hell of a lot worse of late? Because I've been having, like, mana things happening since the last update that are just impossible to explain. Anyway, I know already, without a shadow of a doubt, that this game is about as GG as games get. So frustrating. Drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts, this kind of stuff. 26 lands. It's not even a control deck. Like, I would have usually played this with 24. No worries. Because anyway, the virtues are like late game stuff, and you're mostly just paying 2 mana for the adventure sides. So I started this deck off with 24, and for whatever reason lately, I'm just having massive mana issues. You know, at risk of sounding like a stuck record. I know this comes up in almost every one of my videos lately, but why are they not more transparent with what is actually going on behind the scenes? Like, let us know. Make a, you know, and the majority of the people, including myself, honestly, would have no idea what they're talking about. Because it's, you know, tech jargon, coding language stuff and whatever. So, you know, it'll just go right above my head. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, like, you know, kind of like what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter, where like the code is all open source and anyone, you know, can go and have a look at what's going on behind the scenes. And then, you know, the vast majority of the users won't know what that is. But then for those people that do know, they'll go in and have a look and then let us know if there's something dodgy going on. Zombies! Bag of rats. The Archghoul of Thraben enters the fray. When he dies... No, yeah, look at the top card. If it's a zombie, blah, blah, blah. This was the one that I disliked the most, honestly. I wish this was game 3. Might have been just a little bit busted for the sorcery speed or whatever. But, you know, why not? Black source, please. Anybody got a black source for me, please? No black sources identified. Another Archghoul. Aziz, baby. My name's Aziz, baby. Again, mana issues. Yeah. Thanks, Aziz. I've had plenty of removal. I guess it is nice for me. Would love some mana to kindly put itself into my hand after this many freaking turns. Another scab. Opponent's also breaking, so there's that. There is that. Yeah, sure. No worries. Woohoo! Better late than never. Cool. Past the turn. Now we have plenty of removal options for pretty much anything that hits the board. Of course, Sheoldred. Why not? Get out of my sight. Ladies and gentlemen, peace and tranquility has been restored. Vampires beat zombies any day of the week. Let's go. Okay, back to the hand. Doesn't really bother me. Boink! The beatdown has begunneth. Sorry, Shelly. You're not just that good anymore, are you? The meta has adapted. Now, like, I mean, you really did me a favor there. It's coffin time, baby. Finally, third game in. Start drawing some cards with the Mr. Purifier. Also, we can make some blood tokens. You know, we got 2 vamps down. 5 minus 2 is 3. Yeah, we've got the mana. Let's make a blood token. Always comes in handy, you never know. And we've also got 7th land for our virtue. So now we can bring back his Shellies. Even though Necroduality is no freaking jokes, I think we've probably just got this one in the bag. Edgar's coming back next turn. Good game. This card is so fun. I remember doing like a Grixis one with also Fable when Fable was still around. Oh! What? An Obliterator in a zombie deck? How dare you? I'm gonna make this for the only reason that, you know, we need more things to sack to the Obliterator when he inevitably blocks for 4. And Edgar goes back to the yard where he belongs. 3 and a land. This card is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, every time upkeep with Edgar, we're going to get a lovely little trigger off of the vampire. He has no flyers available to him, so good luck, my dear fellow. We're also on 38 and he's on 2. And Mr. Vampire here is just going to fly over the top. I'll bring back my own vamp, thanks. Oh. Let's really just put a freaking nail in this coffin and call it a day. Sorry, Aziz. Baby. Not today. But, like, hats off to you for, like, sticking with your zombie tribe right into the lower mythics, because it's obviously a deck you enjoy. I personally love the zombie decks, and honestly, like, the version that I put up just after the battles came out, and there's that new battle that does like -13 and has flash and then makes zombies and does graveyard hate. Invasion of meh. Isn't it just Invasion of Innistrad? Anyway. How are we doing for time? Final match of the night. Couple of really bad, like, problems with mana there in the middle, but I'm gonna, you know, I guess and I hope that this is why people subscribe to my channel. It's because, and then, you know, I've forgotten to re-mention this for the new subscribers. I've set out to do this on purpose, where there's no editing. There's no, you know, like, what you see is what you get. Okay, so 5-color domain. If I lose the games, if I win the games, it's all going up on the channel, regardless. So this is interesting. This is the first time I'm playing. This is one of the best decks right now. Obviously, in best of 3, for sure. In best of 1, I'm not that sure, but regardless, it's a very, very strong deck. Loses badly to aggro, in my opinion. The good thing is we have answers to their their most used removal is the Leyline Binding. So we can use the March and the Legions to Ashes to deal with that. I think I'm gonna start plussing my Sorin to really force out that Leyline Binding. Ta-da! Because Leyline Binding is not an easy card to deal with March of Otherworldly Light, with the 7 mana, you know, actual cost, even though he was able to cost it for just 1 because of domain. What a card. And let's see if he's got another one. They always do. That's a little nicer. Okay, that sucks. Mega suckage. It's this version of the deck. Okay, let's concede and go to the next match. I know for a fact that we will not win this one. Let's give him the snoozing face, lady. Little bit surprised, because it is honestly pretty consistent, that we didn't see, like, many of these decks at Worlds. There was a few copies. I thought there would have been a bit more, but I guess, you know, at that level, basing your strategy around, like, a combo thing like that, that isn't, like, guaranteed. And it's probably quite easy to, like, have answers to in a sideboard. But, like, when it pops off, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's the most Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, you know, whatever. Like, I've seen people... I haven't played any of the other, like, card games online. But, you know, where it's just, like, so much ridiculous stuff happening in one turn. You know, get an Atali, the Atali gets an Atraxa, the Atraxa get... It's just like, okay. Is this magic or what the hell's going on? This is a much better matchup. I feel like I can outgrind the Golgari boys. Huh? Cool. It's been a long time since I've seen Outland Liberator on the board. Truly. That is what I was expecting. But I guess it's a pretty decent way to deal with some main deck duress and best of one. Woo! To deal with some enchantments and whatnot. Opponent. I have a feeling that the next card we're about to see is going to be a Glissa. I'm assuming. Maybe a Liliana. Glissa. Thank goodness. Much happier to see Glissa than Liliana. Does he have the fight trick thing going on that these Golgari decks sometimes use with the Obliterator? Wouldn't be surprised, honestly. You do you, matey. Perfect. Perfect. What I wanted. Imagine Glissa also dealt with artifacts. You're drawing a card. And you're losing one life. There's no other option here that's worth talking about. So please do so. Graveyard Trespasser. No. Tamio safekeeping would just blow my tits off. Okay, thank you. Thank goodness. Okay, now we be chilling, man. We don't block. No Dread Knights. Of course, they play Terra Sunder, which... in best of one, maybe. Like, I'm a huge believer of Terra Sunder. Those of you who've been following me for a while will know that. So I jam some Terra Sunders, like, in the... sometimes up to 3 of in my Golgari midrange. Whereas... from what I've been able to see, most people play, like, maybe a 1 of. I think it's totally worth the slot. Okay. No, no, no. This is for the man's lands, baby. 1 mana gets rid of your man's lands. Yes. Can't swing into it, can we? Oh, I could have baited out. Yeah, let's see if he'll block. I hope he comes in with the cottage. Bye-bye. He's got cut down. Some people, huh? There's the terrace under. No. Ooh. Where's Sheoldred? Been expecting her. It. Thing. Creature. I'm guessing, like, actually, it's not bad, eh? Like, you run this alongside your, graveyard trespassers and whatnot. Hell yeah. I was just thinking. Something that makes tokens, please. Ask and you shall receive. Me like something. Ooh. Yes. I'd love to draw a card at instant speed during the opponent's turn and then play a virtue on my turn. I would love to. I wonder what you've got in your slimy little paw there, but I think what was holding up, you know, priority was the cottage. If it's Shelly, we do it, of course, while it's on the stacks. We don't lose life from the drawing of the card. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep brewing with this card. It's so nice. I can't stop raving about it. That's pretty cool.
Into the flesh of the multiverse.
Of course, the there we go, baby. Yes, so we go for the token. And we get rid of this damn planeswalker.
History will not repeat itself.
And I'm gonna hold back some, like, pretend I've got bluff a bit. I don't, you know, maybe there's still a Gix's command. I don't want to, like, over commit to the table right now. And then just lose everything in one go. But that was such a sweet top deck. Got rid of the threat to our virtue. You can do potentially, like, you are the slimiest of slimies, my friend. That was ridiculous. Now I'm very happy I didn't overcommit. Tocasia's is nice. Also, flipping it back to daytime is nice, considering you brought back your Liberator. Opponent's hanging on. Gix's command there was clutch. We were about to just go crazy town on your ass. And we've got just, I mean, he knows, he can see the march. He knows that we have enough mana to just deal with it right away. So, honestly, like, probably just do that, right? Even better. We gained 7 a turn. Opponent is in Bricktown. Bricksville. I guess he can swing with the cottage and get rid of... Ooh. Okay, so. Big brain mode. We have to get rid of this Liberator. Otherwise, he can just deal with both of our threats here. We still can't swing because of the dang cottage. So, instead of playing this out, we pass the turn and draw a card with the Purifier because we anyway gained life. Which is another little interaction I forgot to mention in the deck tech. God, I love this deck. Orzhov is always, will always be my favorite. It's just so cool. Now, he can, right? No, he still can't. Because this comes into play tap. This it reduces the activation cost. Now let's put a nail in the coffin, people. I'm gonna snag your Shelly. I'm gonna take your Shelly. I guess he can swing with the cottage and get rid of the thing that he thinks he'd like us to have the least, and he'll have a couple of mana left open for the food activation. If he goes for his Shelly, I'm kind of hoping that he does, because my initial plan was to just bring back Edgar. Sneaky. Fine. I mean, both options are good. I just, for the content, was more keen on bringing back Edgar. And guys, sometimes, like, I missed Lethal yesterday. One of my subscribers was kind enough to point it out to me. You know, I do these things, but sometimes it's not because I've missed it. It's because I want to go for the more flashy. I feel like I'm already in control. And I'm going to win anyway. And so I just go for the more flashy option. Like now. You know, could play the Virtue of Loyalty. But I'm going to go for the Sorin. In, you know, Tocasia's into Sorin, draw a card mode instead.
Consider yourself fortunate, our
Like, this is the type of thing that is more likely to cause an opponent to concede. Before we get to do cool things, but, you know, whatevs. This is the final match after all. And taking down, like, Golgari Midrange, which is arguably, like, tier 1. You know, definitely in best of 3. I don't know about best of 1, but it's like one of the breakout, like, good decks from the new format. Taking them out like this in, with my, like, janky homebrew feels pretty good. So now he's got enough mana to also swing with the cottage, get rid of his Sheoldred from the yard, and still have the 2 mana for the food. Hanging on for dear life with the cottage. Definitely the best card from the new set. I'm going to... Surely the Shelly. again, like if I let my Sorin die, probably for the best, because now I have more blockers available. I mean, sorry, more attackers to finish the game quicker. But then that's, you know, less fun interactions for us to see. Wow, Floodfest now. So Mirex, because we can trigger the Tocasias.
Excuse my sudden egress.
We drew a card of the Tocasias, now we're drawing a card of the Vampire.
You fight for me.
Wow, okay, some mana. We can also draw a card off of the Purifier. God, I love this. Do we do that, or do we use the Mirex? I think we go for the Mirex instead. Because then we're also adding another token for the Virtue to pump up. Now, not even Gix's command will save you, my friend. I'm afraid you probably should just concede. The fact that it also untaps is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Finally, in the final match, we got to do the full-on thing. Like, yes, Edgar got taken out early, but like, really what I was gunning for was having both virtues in play and just... I had a win the other night where I had like 4 of these vampires. I posted, I think, did I post it on Twitter or was it just in the Discord community? By the way, join us. Link in the description. The opponent was playing Boros tokens and I had just went super wide with all of my token producers and I had like 4 of these vamps in the sky. The amount of life there. Bye. Was honestly, I ended the game on 72 life, I think. Okie dokes. Positive win rate overall. Couple of like unfortunate situations with mana and whatnot in the few middling games there, but I felt like a pretty strong showing regardless. And you know, you don't have to believe me. You can just have a look at my stats, which I'm about to bring up here on the screen for you. Let's get the correct brew. And window capture. Chrome. Here we are. So 11 for 6. Not quite, you know, yesterday was feeling a lot better. Those losses there was just terrible. You know, but overall, not too shabby. And let's make it visible. What I really like to see here is this 4-0 against Golgari. 0-2 against 5 color is pretty nasty though. Alright. That's going to be it, guys, for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you all enjoyed it. Jumping back into the deck with some final thoughts. Is this like tier 1? Oh my god, kick-ass deck? No. Does it get you positive win rates and, you know, have some really fun interactions and gets to play some sweet, sweet, sweet new cards? A resounding yes. As far as numbers of Tocasias and vampires, I leave that to you. But as you saw, card draw was really not an issue. Maybe we could cut a land. 26. I responded and like was like, I was bricking a lot at some point, and I just went like, and I cut 2 things and I put in 2 lands, and then you know I started flooding. Whatever. I'm not gonna go on another rant about shufflers and algorithms. But you know, also the removal suite. Is this the best possible combination of things? Maybe not. You know, there's definitely other alternatives. Black and white has all the best removal. So again, I leave these things to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But I think the mana base is pretty snazzy. And yeah, I like bringing back old cards like Edgar for a little bit of time in the limelight before, you know, they never get played again. And yeah. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next video with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. PCR.